Hi, everyone, and welcome to your September universe energy reading. We are going to be calling on all energies from the universe of love, light, highest vibration to come in and to give messages for you at this time. It could be something that's going to be happening in September. It could just be the energy coming in and around September for you. It could even be prediction and guidance, okay? It'll be different for everyone. We have 3 piles for you to choose from. So you can actually go with pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. For some of you, maybe you want to look at the word here, willpower, or inspiration, or empathy. Maybe it's going to be Archangel Hamael, Gabriel, or Raphael that resonates with you, or just the picture, the artwork on the card itself. Whatever calls to you, then it's meant to be your pile. And for some of you, because I know even with me, sometimes I'm called to more than one. So, you don't have to stick to just one. You can even watch all 3. They're messages from the universe. You may pick up a little nugget out of each one. But for right now, I'm going to leave you and I will see you in your individual piles. Hi to those of you who chose this card for whatever reason, or pile 1. Okay, this is going to be your energy reading coming in from the universe. Like I said, it could be situations, it could be energy surrounding you this month. It could be prediction or just guidance, all right? We'll see, and it will be however it resonates in your situation. So make sure that you allow that to resonate organically, okay? Don't try to make it fit. So let me just get all the cards out because Hamael is actually one of the cards here, so willpower. I'm just going to put the rest out to kind of see where we're going with this. And also for me to try to figure out how I'm going to get them all out here because, I'm always a little crazy about that. So I'm going to push them right up to the top. And then we'll talk about each one. I'm going to have to just push this underneath, I think, a bit. There we go, because I don't want to cover that up. And if we can just put that up a wee bit more. I can put this one underneath. Sorry that I'm making you watch this. Okay, let's get ready to go here then. I'm just going to move this over a bit. I just want you to have a good view of them all as well. So, and we're going to do live tarot and another oracle at the end as well. So this isn't going to just be it here because I like to always confirm with the tarot too. Okay, pile 1. Let's just take an overall look here. So the very first card out is ancestors. So just know that this month you may feel your ancestors around you. You may feel family spirit around you, but more ancestor, I want to say, as in farther back because, or where you are from type of thing, ancestor, okay? So we have Sirius here. Now, are your Sirius ancestors coming through? There's unfinished business for you to do. And we hear all the time about people who have come into this life to cut cords, cut karmic cords, ancestral cords, to free. You are the one that was chosen to come at this time in this lifetime for you to do that. What I would suggest if you're unfamiliar with that is looking up Akashic Records information, maybe even going for an Akashic Record reading if you know someone who does that. And maybe just check out what it is. I'm telling you this for a reason. So maybe for some of you, there's some unfinished ancestral business that needs to be taken care of. And you people in pile 1 are the chosen ones to do that, okay? And for some of you hearing this for the first time, you may be, I've never heard of Akashic Records, or I have no idea. This is maybe your message of waking up spiritually, or religiously, or whatever practice it is that you do, okay? Waking up to not what's going on in the world. Yeah, I mean, sure, you can say that too, but no, it's really about waking up spiritually. It's waking up and remembering who you are and why you're here, okay? You're here to live the best life possible. It doesn't always work out that way. You're here to learn lessons. Some of them are really hard and difficult, but they want your ancestors here, because this is first card. So for me, this is the most important. They are here to help you wake up and realize, maybe to help you remember why it is you're here and what unfinished business you're here to do. And they're going to protect you, okay? This is a message of call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval, I think it says. I've been having this issue with my glasses, so just give me a second. Yeah, soul retrieval. So, they want you to remember. Cut the cords. Oh my God, I just realized it said cut the cords. Yeah, I think that's why you're here. I'm not getting a no, so yeah. But don't worry, they are here. They will surround you. They will protect you. Right now, I feel like it's almost like you're the star quarterback, okay? That's not to put pressure on you, and they don't want you to feel that. That I am hearing right now. Don't make them feel pressured. No, you're not here to feel pressured, okay? But if you have always kind of felt like you were here, that you are special, that you're here for a reason, that there's something you're meant to do, and you've tried a whole bunch of different things, but there's still that calling, it's your soul. It's your soul telling you it's time, right? So this could be your FYI, your heads up for that. Now we have the silence. And we do have Hamael here as the archangel in this reading. So let's say this is Hamael around you. The silence. Let me just read this to you, okay? Receiving this card indicates that you are called on to spend some time in contemplation or meditation. If possible, go somewhere in nature where you can be still and peaceful. Remember that you can more readily access your inner wisdom where it is silent. Be still and access your inner wisdom, right? This is your inner wisdom, awakening awareness, becoming aware of who it is and why you're here. Meditation may work for you. Sitting quietly in nature may work for you, and quieting your mind and just allowing messages to come in, okay? That divine guidance to come in. Some of you may need to seek help from others, card readers, psychics, maybe a medium could help, or you go to someone for a reading about your Akashic record, okay? And you can tell them why, and see what comes out for you. That would be so exciting. If you happen to do that, please come back and tell me. I think that's amazing. I've had one, and it cleared up so many answers for why I was behaving the way I was behaving, and it was I didn't want to be what can we call it? I didn't want to be categorized, I guess, right? And I couldn't understand why. I thought it was the weirdest thing, and I used to joke about it as I would say it. And then, and the person who did my reading did not know this. So she did the reading, and wow, it answered a lot of questions. So I do recommend it if you can find someone. Now, I do not know how to say this name, so I'm just going to hold the card there. Hopefully you can see it. All right. And that is Embraced by Light, Mission Uncovered, and Don't Give Up. Oh, wow, you guys. I almost feel... So one thing that I like to do, and I'm going to share this, and you can laugh if you want, that's okay. I'm totally comfortable in it. When I connect to God, Source, Universe, I call them my team, right, of all of my love and light beings, angels, every animals, fairies, dragons, the whole 9 yards, everyone, literally, my passed on loved ones. I imagine that I attach from my crown chakra a beautiful, long, shiny, silvery scrunchie straight up to my higher self and all of them. And that's what I feel this is like. This is you when you're sitting in your silence or going for the reading. Start reading things, right? You can always find out about waking up spiritually or religiously, whatever it is for you, okay? You can read books on it, but you know what? I love this. Actually, someone I recommend is Sonia Choquette, and the book is Trust Your Vibes. Okay, it's like listening to your intuition. It's a wonderful book, and there's actually a deck of cards that go with it. I use them here sometimes. So that may be something for you. All this stuff is coming out today, but this is it. You're embraced by the light. You've got your archangel here. You've got your Sirius ancestors here. Here they are again in light, ready to protect you, okay? And then whoever this is, because I don't know this name or what actually the order of whatever this name is. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just saying embraced by light, mission uncovered. So I feel like this is the first step again, or maybe for some of you, you already know, but don't give up. And I think that comes right over here to Hamael for willpower. Call on Archangel Hamael when you are in meditation. Call on Archangel Hamael when you feel like, how do I do this? What do I do? I'm feeling frustrated. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. Don't give up. Call on him for the willpower. Then we have the Nephilim, I believe it's called. I'll just hold that up as well, okay? And here we have controversial, assessing, new perspectives. So I believe this is a type of being. Again, I haven't actually read anything about the Nephilim, I'm going to call it, if I'm saying it incorrectly, pardon me. But, you may come up against people who, it may stir up a bit of controversy because they're going to be like, yeah, you're not that special, or you're crazy. You've gone off the deep end. Trust me, I've heard it all. What is this nonsense and foolishness? Well, it's not. And I always just say, you know what? Let's have a talk in spirit once we die, and then you can tell me how I wasn't all crazy and, crazy. Okay? So I feel like you could experience a bit of that. Stay strong, okay? But I feel like this is you really assessing your life and what is it that you are here to do. Because it's going to be different for everyone, okay? And seeing things from a different perspective, that's awakening your awareness, right? That's what it is. You start seeing things differently in your life, around your life. So these could be the energies that are going to start. Well, I'm going to say it's definitely an energy coming in and a message and guidance for you coming in for the month of September, where maybe you want to start looking into all of this. And if you feel like you're already there, then, and you're aware of what it is that you need to do, then you start working on it. There's no rush, right? There's no timing here. You take as long as you need to work on it, pile one. But wow, okay. We just let those two. And you know what? I'm going to just take the top one as the third. So here we go. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Really, I mean, that is you that's you working it, okay? It's you working it on your own. You may have other people. You may, like I said, even have a mentor or someone else doing this with you, but you are capable of doing it on your own. You are capable of making this, of being successful, I want to say, of taking one for the team. Like I said, you're the star quarterback here. I feel like you're going to find success in that. And interestingly enough, I do believe this is kind of like Virgo energy, right? So that is being very diligent and very organized and very much okay with the task of being this person. Okay? You're like all over it. You're ready. You are already trying to figure out ways to do this, okay? Take on that energy. Then we have with the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is more about you. While this is happening, because like I said, for some of you, this is probably a message of what are you talking about? Just look into it. Nurture yourself. Be loving and kind to yourself, okay? Don't let it overwhelm you. You are in control of your emotions here. It may even be thinking of creative ways to do this, right? So there's many different ways. But again, it is, I think, having the love and the compassion and the care for yourself, because this is something you're doing for yourself and for your ancestral line. And here with the Five of Wands, one, I see the word competition. This isn't a competition that, oh, I'm the one who was chosen, or, oh, I'm the one who, I'm better than you, because it's not any of that. I often feel with the Five of Wands, it's just kind of an energy of those people that are maybe going to just be, talk, and maybe just throwing out a comment here and there. Just brush them off like a fly. It's not important. Okay? It's not important. So I feel like I want to get one more card here, though. One more tarot. Oh, you know what? I picked the pile up, and this one did not pick up, so I'm going to use it. It was the bottom of the deck. The Sun. Okay, there you go. You have the spotlight from your ancestral line, from God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you, shining the spotlight on you. You are not to feel pressure. They've got your back. They're going to help you. You will be successful. This is a happy card, okay? So it will all work out in the end. And I think you might also be surprised. I just need to say, when we talk about cutting cords, it could be as simple as changing the way your family maybe does something. You changing the way, or a core belief or family value. It could be you cutting a person out of your life for whatever reason, okay? It could literally be something as simple as that. It's like not this big mission. We're not making a movie here. So don't panic, okay? So there's that. I want to do one last oracle card, and I'm actually going to, let's just see what it is. And if we need clarification, I did bring the book. This is Raise Your Vibration Oracle, which I think is fitting for the universe, because what we want to do here, one of the things, is raise the vibration. If we're all, it's like raising the light over the dark or the shadow. Think of it that way. So, oh, out came 2. All right, you were meant to have 2. I am surrounded by angels. Yes, you are here. And these are your ancestors, or we can call them angelic ancestors right here. Okay? Do not worry. You guys, where there's a will, there's a way. We talked about the willpower. We talked about not giving up. Okay, we do not need the book for those. All right, so there are 2 things to do. Just knowing that they've got your back keeps that fear at bay, that anxiety. You just go with the flow, okay? And where there's a will, there's a way. They will show you the path. If you can go in silence, if you can become aware of your intuition and your spiritual guidance, they will light the path up. See how that's yellow and bright? They will light the path up to lead you to maybe the Akashic record reader that you need to go to, the mentor that you need to go to, what exactly it is that you need to cut, right? They will do that for you. So pile 1, what a beautiful message for the month of September. Again, get excited about this. Do not be fearful or feeling like overwhelmed and you have no idea what to do. One step at a time. Check out the Trust Your Vibes book by Sonia. Start reading. You know, you can probably Google stuff right here on YouTube, or Google. Google or search right here on YouTube to find information about Akashic records and cord cutting, ancestral ties and stuff like that. So this is your message. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2, this card, Archangel Word Inspiration, okay? This is going to be your universe energy reading for September. So like I had said in the intro, these are going to be the energies or situations coming in around you, or possibly already they've started. I mean, we're only a few days out to September, okay? That you may have to deal with, or what you will have around you this month. So let's get started with the reading. I'm actually, because Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel and Inspiration is one of the cards, I'm just going to lay the rest of them out, and then we will look at all of them as a whole together. Okay. All right. First card out, most important card for me. It's not that it's an overall energy, but we can think of it like that too. But I just want to read all of the cards for you today, which is, you know, I like to change things up a little bit every now and then. So close your eyes to open your heart. What I feel the message in that is, well, you can think of it a number of different ways, but it's really going within to find the answers, right? Like, not always looking externally for the answers, but going within to find the answers. You can also say that sometimes when you're seeing things that you don't like, it closes your heart off when maybe it should be opening your heart up. But we are humans, and we do have an ego, and we do have a way of thinking about certain things, and it can sometimes shut us down. Even if our heart is being tugged at or pulled, that our mind, our ego, will still shut it down. Okay, so you can think of it like that. So what I want to say, this is either a situation you're going through now, or something is going to come up and bring out or bring a situation like this to you. And I feel that, you know, we have paradox here, right? So, and I kind of feel like, well, of course it's tying right into that card. I mean, of course it is. And it's almost like I said, well, think of it like being pulled in two different directions, right? You've got your eyes open, you're seeing something happening. Your mind, your ego's telling you, oh, just, you know what? No, no, no. But your heart's kind of being tugged at and pulled a little bit, but you're shutting that down. So it's like having two sides to a situation, right? There's part of you that kind of wants to do this, but then the other part of you's not. I think it's being able to almost not overcome. Well, maybe you could say overcome the paradox of whatever situation this is. We'll get more into that later. I need to hear some more about this. So let me just leave that for right now. But beyond the mind, okay, this is perfect, right? This is where you're going to God, Source, Universe, your spirit guide team, whomever it is, because you need some guidance. You need to see a clear path maybe cut out for what it is you need to do or where it is you need to go. I know this seems kind of cryptic, but let's just go with it for right now, because each one of your situations will be different. So what is it that you need to close your eyes to open your heart in this situation, okay? Where do you have to go to for guidance? Then go. Because this is saying you need to go beyond the mind. Maybe this is saying you need to use your own intuition. However, and yes, but I'm feeling like like your ego mind side here may be kind of shutting your intuition down a little bit. That's why this message is coming out. I feel like it's, yeah, you need to see both sides of a situation and realize that there's positives and negatives on both sides of this situation. So in the end, does it really make one right and one wrong? No, I think that there could be rights and wrongs on both sides. And it's almost like meeting in the middle. If I think of it in astrology terms, it would be like an opposition when you have two planets opposing one another 180 degrees apart, okay? The funny thing about it is they're always in complementary signs and harmonious elements, okay? So for example, I can give you mine. I have an opposition of my sun and moon, okay? Which sun in Scorpio, moon in Taurus, they are complementary signs. And harmonious elements, one is a water sign, one is an earth sign. And when you combine earth and water harmoniously, it allows things to grow. But yet it's an opposition because it's creating a little bit of tension, right? It means there needs to be a dialogue. It needs to come together. They need to come together and speak and figure out a way to be harmonious together. I feel like that's what this is, okay? And I feel like right now for some of you, or the situation that will be coming in, you're going to find it hard to do that. And that's why they want you to kind of close your eyes, close your mind, and just feel it. Use your intuition. Go beyond your mind, your logical mind, okay? Here we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. I love that. Deep replenishment, and here we have star being healing codes with important information, wounds are healed, and recharging. And this was retreat, rest, and be held. So maybe somewhere in this situation, it's triggering a real emotional response for you. Because maybe it's a situation, that has been ongoing for some time, or happened a long time ago, or, even a couple years ago or something, but quite a bit of time has passed, and now it's resurfacing again. And it's bringing up some wounds for you. So what they're asking here with these two things is, before reacting, before, getting out of control with yourself, maybe just because I feel like that could happen, right? Things could get heated. I feel like you just need to spend some time with yourself, get away, walk away from the situation if you need to until you've had real time to think, to really think things through, see both sides, okay? Because they're really asking you to open your heart to whatever this situation is. But it's finding that way for it to come together harmoniously. Now, again, what I want to say is this doesn't mean you have to be best friends, or that, I'm going to say even that you have to forgive and forget. Forgiveness is always for yourself. I'm not even saying that you have to forget whatever the situation, if somebody has wronged you. It's just, it's not healthy for you to live in that energy, not mentally, not spiritually, and not physically. Stress and discomfort, and maybe a little bit of anger always stirred up in there, whatever it may be for you, fear even. Does a number on your physical health as well, not to mention spiritually and mentally, okay? So they want you to find the peace and the calm here for yourself, okay? So that the situation, I don't even want to say the word mend it. I really just want to say so it can become more harmonious, or so that at least it can meet somewhere in the middle, where maybe it's an agree to disagree in the end, okay? But a harmonious agree to disagree, Let's go to the water card because there's always an interesting message on here. Your guidance is to spend time today near water, preferably by a river, lake, or the sea, or in a bath or shower. As you immerse yourself in the cosmic energy, sense it purifying each cell of your body. If you cannot physically be in or near water, visualize it. Use water for deep inner and outer cleansing. And they're talking about deep replenishment here, right? Healing, recharging here. And when you're doing that too, because I just noticed important information, it may help you to see both sides of it. It'll help bring the clarity. Water is highly linked to intuition and emotions, right? That's why it may help you, even if you can turn it on. You know, sometimes, I like to use the fireplace channel on my TV, right? So I think there's like one that could be a beach one or a travel one, or you can sometimes go and put on the aquarium channel. You know, they're usually free channels with your cable or internet packages or whatever. Or find something right on YouTube and just, if you can't get out in water, and just maybe something like that, a video to watch while you're doing it. All right, then we have Syrians, artistic integrity and honesty. I really feel honesty is being honest about this situation, okay? And maybe this is your wake-up call that this needs to happen. If you're honest with yourself, you want to open your heart to it. You just really aren't sure how to proceed, and that's why you're going to spend time, replenish, heal yourself, and get that inspiration. Oh, yes, inspiration, okay, on how you're going to go about doing this. Because I believe you want to live with integrity. You don't want to be, quote unquote, that person. So maybe ask your Syrian ancestors, because when we have the Syrians come out, then I have to trust this is a universe reading. They are connected to you in some way. You're a star being, possibly. So maybe ask them. It just looks like she has chakra balance going right down here with her. And there's a chakra right here. Well, I don't think it's a chakra, actually. Let me look at that closely. Oh, it might be. It might be the Merkaba, actually. Call on your Syrian if you feel that. If you feel that, because, when you're in your meditation or going beyond the mind, all right? Maybe call on them for guidance, but also on Archangel Gabriel, okay? For that inspiration. I'm even going to say Archangel Raphael for that healing, for that deep healing, deep replenishment. This message is a little heavier pile too. It's either resonating with you or it's not. If it isn't, maybe check out one of the other piles. But this is something that's going to come up for you if it's not already happening, because I feel like this is this has been going on for a long time, but something just may trigger it and bring it back up in the month of September or just beyond September. So this is just a heads up to be prepared, and maybe you can start that healing process now. Start seeing both sides, the positive and negative of both sides of the story or situation. Let's get some tarot. Justice. Okay, love that. The Page of Swords. Love that. Oh, you guys, this is just clarifying what's on the table. This is beautiful. The Emperor, and I did 4 for the last pile, so I'm doing 4 here for you too. And the Devil. Okay. What I want to say right now is this. I said I feel like this is something that maybe you need to heal from, that you're not quite able, to move on from, okay? That's the Devil. That's why the Devil card has come out. This is showing you that you have been feeling, chained to this, locked into this. being held back by this. But the Devil card actually shows that, okay, here's something interesting. I'll even use it as a, see how the snake is wrapped around her? And you might think, oh my God, how dangerous, or, you know, it's going to crush her. No, she has one free hand here. So I want to say she could reach up and take and unwrap that snake from around her other arm. Okay, so there's that. In the Devil card, it would be, they're not actually, they look like they're in chains, but they're not actually clicked or closed together. Okay, so you could walk away from that situation. You don't need to be held in or trapped or confined or chained to this anymore. The Justice card is maybe finally getting justice for this, literally. Or it could be that the person that wronged you is going to face the consequences of their action and justice. It could be balancing the situation out. If there's healing involved here, then it's not sitting balanced. Healing would be balanced, right? It could also be just you understanding the cause and effect of your actions, meaning that if you are to do this healing, to really take time to go beyond and figure out the situation and open your heart to it, the consequence of a beautiful life that will be ahead of you, where you're no longer chained to this energy or imprisoned by it. The Page of Swords, when I said, you know, inspiration here, figuring out new creative ways to maybe make this happen in your life, whatever, however, well, that would be the Page of Swords. They are always looking, they're young, they're ambitious, but always looking for new creative ideas and ways to do things, wanting to learn more. And I think that's what this is. This is like a learning, a real learning and growing experience for you, Pile 2. And with the Emperor, that's just you coming out at the end of all this and sitting up on your throne, like, job well done. You've managed your thoughts. You've managed your emotions. You've managed your passion, if it could have been a little fiery or angry. And you've managed to stay grounded during all this. But I think that's a testament to maybe the work you're going to do prior to what I want to say is a conversation probably that needs to be had. So let's take that. Let's get one last oracle card for you, Pile 2. I wish you all the best with this. When you're dealing with stuff that is where there's wounds, and no matter how old they are, it doesn't matter. You know what? It's difficult. And, but there's no time like the present, and this message is coming out for you in the September reading. Oh, wow. To say, now's the time. I clear my energy field. Yeah, you're going to clear your energy field of those wounds, of any resentment or anger or a hatred is even coming in for some reason. For some of you, every situation will be different. But you know what? It's clearing your energy. It's clearing your energy of whatever this situation was that you couldn't and weren't at the time and up until now able to come into some sort of balance or harmonious meeting in the middle, so to speak, being able to see both sides. So Pile 2, this is your reading. Again, I wish you all the best of luck. And, you know, if this resonated with you, please show your support by commenting, even if it's an emoji, by liking. If you know someone going through something like this, share this video with them. I always say, I'm the conduit that's brought it to you. You can be the conduit that takes it to them. And if you're new to my channel and have not been here before, thank you, regular people. But any new people, then please subscribe, because I do energy readings with many different theme decks throughout the month. I have a ton of playlists. Just check them out. Okay, thanks once again. Hi to those of you who chose this card, Pile 3. Whether you chose it for Archangel Raphael, the artwork itself, or the word empathy, whatever it is, here we are. This is your universe energy reading for September. This could be energy coming in and around you this month if it hasn't already started. This could be a situation that's going to come in and around you. This could just be guidance or prediction for you for the month. So let's get started. I'm actually going to lay the cards out first because this is actually one of the cards. So every cycle is a higher opportunity, black leak patterning, vulnerability, no, okay, education, karmic board clearing, pentagram, and again, empathy here with Raphael. Okay. Very interesting. The first thing I'm going to say is I have no idea what this card is. Sometimes I have to look it up, so I'm going to do it with you right here. There's 108 of the cards. I cannot possibly memorize what they all mean. And even black leak patterning is nothing is coming through intuitively, which usually means go to the book because there's something in the book that needs to be said. So let me just go there first because I want to, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on anything else or hear anything else until I know what that is. So black leak patterning, it's Orion, past, okay. 38, if the number 38 means anything to you, it also goes to a master number 11, right? So it says, interesting, the secret Orion, oh my God, I do that all the time. The secret Orion society fighting the negative forces was called the Black League. They operated covertly and were a major force for inspiration and hope. It says a pop culture metaphor would be like the Jedi Knights from Star Wars. You have the experience with this group. And this latent tendency of resisting authority or fighting for peace is a deep karmic pattern. This is so interesting, you guys, because we have karmic board clearing. Today, it is important that this polarity of us versus them be healed. Shift your focus away from light and dark scenarios. Begin to see reality in a unified way, with all manifestations being an equal and valuable part of creation itself. Blow me away. Okay, my little Jedi Knights. I'm just blown away because we have right below that card, karmic board clearing, which is energetic cleansing. Rewrite your story. Live your truth. And isn't being vulnerable, being able to show your vulnerability, living your truth? Because it's those parts of you that you don't want other people to see. Okay, I just love this. Let's get right back, pile 3. This is going to be good. Every cycle is a higher opportunity. Every life cycle, so every incarnation is a learning opportunity. But every cycle in your life, every situation, or whatever you want to call it, that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, is a learning experience. A higher opportunity to learn from past mistakes. And even though the Black League was a group and a very honorable group, right? Fighting for peace and that sort of thing. We do know in this world that we live in right now, it is very much an us versus them society. Whether it's political or religious or spiritual, because there's even problems in the spiritual community, right? It doesn't matter if it's in friendships, if it's, at your work, there's always an us versus them. I'm thinking of specifically when I worked in an office all of my life, up until a few years ago when I started doing this. I'm also an astrologer and a medium. And it was, say you were in the office. It doesn't mean you didn't like the people in the warehouse, but it was still an us versus them, right? We were the office people. They were the warehouse people. I had a lot of friends out there, but it was still an us versus them, especially when something went down that was wrong. Okay, very much an us versus them, right? So we all do it. Even in our own homes, we do it. Us versus them, And it's just gotten worse with time. So I think pile 3, this is a real message for you in whatever way you relate to this us versus them energy to switch things around. It's time to clear your karmic board. Interesting, and pile, if you feel called to because of this karmic board clearing, check out pile 1, because it was about cutting ancestral cords, and that's cutting karmic cords and stuff like that, right? You may want to check that out. I'm just saying it. But anyhow, let's get back into this. This is going to be very short and sweet. We have an us versus them. Nobody wants to show their vulnerable side, okay? That's why it's very, it's like that little wall's up in the middle, and it's like no, and no, which is why I think this no card has come out, right? And instead of looking at it, and this even goes into pile 2, is oppositions, where the real purpose, and I was telling about in astrology, oppositions, 2 planets 180 degrees apart. However, they're in complementary signs and harmonious elements. I spoke of myself. I have my moon and my sun opposite, which one means I'm a full moon, baby. But in today's full moon, I love this. It's a blue full moon. But basically, that is like I have Scorpio and Taurus, complementary signs to one another, and water and earth, complementary elements. When you put water and earth together in a positive energy, it helps to grow things, right? So but it's still opposite. So there is some tension, there is some disagreement of some sort there, but the whole point of the opposition is you've got enough going for you that you should be able to kind of pull it together. But when we're in that really bad pattern of us versus them, it's hard to do that. But that is the goal. That's the lesson that we want to learn here, is how in my life can I stop it for me and maybe be an example to others. Okay, I feel like you are going to have a situation come up, if it isn't already happening in September, that's going to allow you to focus and shine that. That's going to allow you to have empathy for the other party, to show empathy, and for people to see it, for people to see that you're willing to show your vulnerabilities. It says here, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. It is going to be rewriting your story, and I feel like you're going to be doing it in front of people. I feel like you are going to be the leader or the example, a very good example of how to do that. Okay, I'm just going back to work again. So for some of you, maybe this is going to be about work, because I just thought of, you have in a workplace the health and safety committee, and they're always kind of diplomatic, I find, right? Like between different groups of people, and we've got to do this. Yes, it may not affect you, but as a group, we have to do all of this, right? Maybe you have a role similar to that or something. I don't know. Or your HR. I'm not sure, right? Like there's just something, I feel like you're going to be in a position to show people the higher way, to show people that no, you don't have to behave this way. There's a different path. To wait. It has wait, postpone, pause, say no. To just pause before going into that us versus them mentality and rant or whatever it may be. And here with pentagram, we have harmony, protection, and idealism. It's bringing the harmony in. I even do channel messages. I'm relatively new at it. They're very short and sweet, but that's what they're all about: love and peace and harmony. I never know what they're going to be about before I sit down to channel. But in the end, it's what it's about. That's the message coming in from God's source universe here, right? From your spirit guides. We are living on a planet right now, Earth, that is not very harmonious. But what we need to realize is that we're more alike than we are different. Therefore, Let's bring this together. Education is the other. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you work in a classroom and you're going to help share this lesson or show an example of this lesson with your students or even with the other teachers, right? But education, it says, drawing this card suggests that you open yourself to new learnings by relaxing and absorbing information rather than in the old logical structured way. Well, there you go, you guys. Alternatively, it may be time for you to teach others. Okay, perfect. In this case, draw from your own wisdom, not books. Open up to learn, then spread the knowledge. All right, let's get right into the tarot. That was beautiful. Okay, pile 3, let's see. If we're going to have confirmation, clarification of any of the cards down here, more guidance, whatever it is. But I feel like you're going to be put in the spot, like you're going to be in the spotlight, like here, lit up. And with all of these arms even, I'm just feeling like you're going to be reaching so many people. I don't know. Maybe you do it on YouTube. Maybe you do it on another public platform. Okay, there's 1, 2. I'm going to do 3, 4 here. We have 3 and we have 4. Oh, wow. Okay. First, okay, the Emperor out, nice. 2 of Cups, nice. Knight of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Here's the thing. See how she's tied up here? She's been, well, actually she has the burdens tied onto her, the wands tied onto her back. You're going to help people to let go of those burdens, of those old ways of being, of those old patterns. Your example is going to help people lay them down, for them to come to an end. With the Knight of Swords here, I just think like they're always on that horse that is almost jumping off of the card. They are so ready to go. They are so driven to succeed. Okay? They so want to get out there and get this into motion and action in some way. Very action oriented, all right? Like, but also really great, bright, brilliant ideas. So that may be the energy you're taking on to make this happen. You're going to do it in such a way that it's going to be genius. All right. Oh, pile 3, this is a wonderful message. And with the 2 of Cups, I just feel you're making a choice to accept this opportunity yourself for higher learning, but also to help other people learn. And you're making this choice to do that, because the 2 of Cups can be about choices, right? It's a choice that you're making. And look, the harmony, the clinking of glasses, you want to bring both sides together. They're not separated by the tree. They're touching shoulders. They're touching knuckles, and, they're ready to, cheers, type of thing. And the Emperor is just, that's full on Aries energy for one, which is very ambitious, wants to get out there, very motivated. How can I do this? How can I be of service? How can I fix this type of thing? I feel that's you. It goes right along here, the Emperor with the Knight of Swords. It's just, full steam ahead. And I feel like once you light up and you've got all those arms out there helping everyone, I don't feel like you can stop. I just want to say you want to keep it going. So like I said, whether you're a teacher or a speaker or have a platform, I don't know what it is that you do. In a workplace, you're like HR, or like maybe you're on the social committee even. It can be in any area of your life though, okay? But those are just some of the things that are coming through. But let me do one last oracle card here. I know I've kept you quite some time, pile 3, but wow, what a beautiful message this is. Thank you very much for being here. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, I thank you for your support. And if you're new, please subscribe. Okay, one last card. Oh my gosh, you guys, look, I trust the wisdom within. Look at that third eye lit up. I also feel like this is just a reminder, a message to you to use your intuition, to know that you have the universe, your spirit guide teams, God, source, whomever it is that you go to for your higher power right behind you. So if you ask them to help, right here, we even had Archangel Raphael who can help you with empathy, but at any part of this journey, okay? If you are asking for help, trust the wisdom that you're going to receive. And I just feel also this is just saying, look, you're lighting up here. You already have the light within. You already have the wisdom within. Trust it. But I always like to say, but if you're feeling a little unsure, go to your archangels, go to your spirit guides, right? Okay, pile 3, thank you for staying with me to the end of this. This was a beautiful, beautiful message. Good luck. I wish you all the best. If you want to share what it is that you do, please do so in the comments. If you enjoyed this, you know what? Support the channel by leaving a comment, or you could just leave an emoji, give me a thumbs up, right? A like. And I would really appreciate that to help get these messages out. I always like to say too, I'm the conduit who brought this through to you. If you know someone going through this situation or someone who needs to do this in a situation, please be the conduit to pass it along to them. And I will see you in your next reading.